Namaste and welcome to class. And thank you so much for sitting with me in this beautiful place here in La Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta in Colombia. The beaches are amazing and it's close to the highest range of mountains and sea together. I'm sure you one day will come here. Today's class is about family members and relationships. In the month of January, we put the highlight that, okay, we are going to discern about different relationships, simply because we need to understand that the different frequencies of humanity are defining themselves to be more in clusters. It means if you have one way of vibration, your frequency, your aspirations, your perspective about life, your level of expansion and excitement is all very much reflected in your frequency. So with that, then it implies that there are certain people that are gonna walk with you, and there are other people that are gonna slide away from your energy field. And that's something that we need to be very, very clear, because there are so patterns and values and concepts that we have in roles like mother and kids, or husbands and wife, and sisters and brothers, that we have trained ourselves through our ancestors that this is how the family should be, and how this is how we need to operate within that clan. So let's review about family. So what is family and why you need family? So, and the formation of clan historically is more of survival. It's more of, okay, let's get together so we can hunt, we can collect, we can protect ourselves from the enemies, from the dark, etc. And that is the very, very base that then it founds roles and attachments and fears, and is useful because of the series of soul contracts that you somehow need to resolve or you need to work. Because after all, the family, the second part of the family, is to set up a kind of a structure for you to work your unfinished business, for you to learn in the school of earth what is it that excites you and what is it that you are not comprehending. And this is important. It's not that you have issues about that and that you're bad and that you need to heal that. No, it's that you need to understand places that you have not resolved within you. For example, if I am super superior and I have entitled certain superiority on me, that goes against the heart. That goes against the natural frequency of humility. So then you need some kind of dynamics to teach you to be humble, to accept others, to work with others, to cooperate with others, and so on and so forth. So in that family structure, then there is the needs, and there are the wants that perhaps are invented. The needs is, for example, you say, oh, I need the support of mother and father. I need the love. I need the blood alliance. Do we? Once you get to a certain level of vibration, you select your biology. Your biology becomes independent. It's not that it's isolated, but it becomes independent. You can still interact and so on with your family. I'm not saying not have a family, but I want you to give you a perspective that is helpful of how we are moving as humanity, because the formation of new clans have a complete different set of rules, I will say, that support a different movement of perception and consciousness. So in whatever moment you receive consciousness, things start to shift in you. The family start to shift. The relationships start to shift, simply because you are expanding. And the ones that doesn't expand with you, it becomes the obstruction force to say, no, don't change because you are threatening my world. And that is part of the family thing, that the family was there to protect us, the same thing as the formation of the ego, right? Where the ego is there to protect the reality that we see as concrete. Otherwise, without the sense of, oh, here, this is real, this is concrete, we won't have the actual experience of this reality. So the third thing that the role of the family comes is in lineage. So it's when you are able to say, okay, this is the data that I need from this particular lineage to play out what I need. So if I am going to be a teacher, then my lineage of the family of the lineage will be speakers, writers, artists, innovators, etc., that help me to have that data in my blood. That doesn't mean that that data is mine or them. It's the data of the one, is the data that is in the universal library. But the family somehow preserve that data in the blood, in the biology, and pass it to you in order to activate certain soul journey. Now, that we have somehow see that, okay, at one moment or another one, your biology family is complete. You can be there, but you really have no obligations if you have a soul tranquility. So, and that, I referring to soul tranquility is that I have accepted all of my family members as they are, and my spiritual maturity say, I don't have anything to do with them. They are not actors in my reality. They are just simply reflections of my frequency. If, and here comes the trick, if you have family members that you say, oh, they hurt me, they are so unpleasant, they're always judging, they reject me, this, that, and so on. We really, girls, need to be very clear and straight in the laws of relations. Number one is you are not dependent on the opinions or actions of others. If that person say A and that A have hurt me, it's because within me there is a unfinished understanding, something that I have not really understood, cohesiveness between one frequency and the other. If A is hurting you, it means you have that A inside of you that is linked through a judgment. Or that person should not be that way, or that person should be other way. So in here, you need to ask yourself, what is it you want? Not only from that person, but what that person is reflecting on you that you want. Do you want love? Do you want attention? Do you want forgiveness? Do you want acknowledgement? This is crucial because in your head you can be reading, oh, you have to be kind, you have to apply forgiveness, you have to look and that this person have a path and so on. But really, that is not gonna finish the magnetism of the mind, because you can tell yourself that, but still you see that person and, oh my God, no, I don't like it, it's very unpleasant and so on. But it's because you're lacking understanding. And that understanding is about what is it that you want, that place of A, what is missing, what is it that you are not giving yourself. So if it reflects certain kind of judgment of any kind, that was a bird. If it's any kind of judgment in you, in relation to that particular behavior, I reassure you, yeah, you are going to manifest that mirror, right? Because our nature is reflective. It is the part of the feminine that it reflects things out. So we are seeing the mirror in the husband, we are seeing the mirror in the family members, we are seeing in any relationships that we have, especially now the ones that touch our heart, because the heart is the one that is evolving. It's not necessarily our mind understanding something, but it's in conjunction with the heart. That's why we can say, oh yes, I understand that this person is in a path that is suffering or whatever, but I still feel angry about it. It's because inside you feel helpless. Inside your heart, you have not given the acknowledgement and the real connection of what is it that you are judging in yourself. I assure you that in the moment that you shift your vibration, that mirror them is not useful for you anymore, and naturally is going to slide away. You will feel less interest, you will feel less entanglement with it. Now, the other tip that you can use to disengage in the family things is attention. Realizing that you do have the power of magnetizing anything that you observe. Meaning that if I am observing the bad thing about that person, you are observing only 20% or 50% of that person. You are not observing the other side of the person, the qualities of that person, the willingness of that person to reflect you, your own frequency, right? So when we say keep positive, mean focus in something that is pleasant, that are uplifting, that make enthusiasm, that is beautiful, that establish certain upliftment for you. So focus in the good things of the person rather than just the faults of that person. And third is when you're focusing in the bad thing of the person and say, oh yeah, I only see that. Don't say it to yourself and say, oh no, that person is like this, it gave me that, it did that to me, and so on. So in the moment you say it, you are zoom out into the past. And in that, you lose your present moment. And with that, you start suffering because you start being out of time and out of the possibility of certain action that is constructive and can be shifting your perspective and see, no, that person has a lot of qualities. Now, if you have hard time focusing in the qualities of that person, if your mind is still in the zone of, oh, it's so bad, I suggest that you focus on the qualities of nature, of others, of any other members that help you to disengage your mind from that magnetic force that, oh no, I only see the bad things that is happening to me. Which will lead me to the fourth part. You are not a victim. And that is so ingrained in ourselves to not to take responsibility for what is the positive part, right? We prefer, and this is something that you honestly need to write it down and see. We prefer to be a victim to avoid certain constructive actions of expansion, of walking in the now, walking in something that you are responsible to create, to invent, to reshape. We feel small. And then we attract the smallness of other people, the judgment of other people, and so on. So you need to see that this, not only family dynamics, but humanity relationships and roles are accelerating in great change, and it will be in this month and this new moon. So it's important that you simply stop the chaos for a moment and start observing the different aspects that I have spoke about it. Write it down, as the attachment, as the wanting to be a victim, is the misinformation, is the attention only in one negative thing. All that part, you have power, and all that part, you can shift it. What is needed is time and to retreat yourself. Just for one day, retreat yourself in nature or in different friends or whatever. Write this down, be honest about it, and go back with a fresh perspective. Do some meditation, some sadhana, shake it out of your energy field, and refuse to associate yourself with your own ego that wants judgment, isolation, and discordia, and victimism, and so on and so forth. So it's a beautiful shift that needs to be in awareness, in changing the concepts of why you need family, why family is important for you, why you feel guilty if you say things in the family, what is that you are expecting from the family, what the family really is capable of giving you and what is not. So you don't create, like I always say, you plant an apple tree and you want pears. That is not going to happen. So in that sense, you have absolutely lucidity, right? You have lucidity. And I tell you, there is no right or wrong in reinventing roles and reinventing the relationships. It's what you need, when you need it. Of course, you do things gracefully. I'm not saying throw things at your family and denounce, oh, I'm leaving, or no. Just lucidly, you shift the vibration, and in the moment you shift your vibration, magically your theater scene change, because you don't belong there anymore. All I can say and remind you is that you do have the power. There is nothing that you want to fit yourself in it that it will work. You need to be naked honest in what is it that you're looking for, what is it that you're going with clarity, apply self-commitment, and move on. I thank you very much for your attention, and I will see you in our next class. Namaste.